Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you every single mod that I have on my 2015 CRF450R, which you can see right here. Before we do that though, I want to show you one mod that I'm going to do right now. So one of the things that I wanted to improve was the grip on the Kickstart. So right now it's just the regular Kickstart. I have it powder coated red. But I wanted to add a little bit of grip on here because a lot of times when I'm riding on the street, of course I'm not wearing my dirt boots, and so I don't have that same grip on the Kickstart. So my foot just slips off, and I wanted to add a little bit of grip here. So what I picked up was just an entire roll of skateboard grip tape, like the grip that you put on top of a skateboard. Now there are some companies that sell custom cut pieces of this as like a Kickstart tape, but I decided just to buy the whole entire roll of the skateboard tape because I get a whole lot more, and it was like half the price that most of those companies charge. So I just cut it to the size that I want, just this little tiny piece here, and I'm gonna put it on. So there it is put on. Now obviously it's not as clean as just having the Kickstart itself with nothing on it, but this is definitely gonna be a little bit nicer to have when I'm using the Kickstart, which I have to because I don't have an electric start. But yeah, it's holding pretty well. We'll see how it actually holds in regular use, but yeah, there's the most recent mod. So I'm gonna go to one of my favorite spots that I like taking pictures of. I actually did my Jeep mods video there, so if you saw that, you might be familiar with it. If not, check out the link in the description so you can see all the mods of my Jeep. But yeah, let's get on the bike and head over there. Yeah, I would have opened the garage door when I did the opening video, but apparently my neighbors always insist on doing yard work. I'm trying to make a dang video. Alright, a little warm up for a little bit. Alright, let's pass this guy. A little bit too slow for me, man. Okay, hello. Okay. Yeah, if you want to see my first ride on this thing, I made the video just a short while ago. And I'm freaking loving this thing, guys. I know some of you might be finding this video and you haven't seen my channel before. So I made a whole entire build series for this bike, like 15 videos, and I guess this mods video technically be the 16th video in the series. You should totally check it out if you want to see like the whole process of actually putting this bike together, all the way from when it was in its dirt bike trim, the original plastics, all of that. So I wanted to make this video where I go over everything specifically that's on the bike to make it easy for you guys, and all of these parts will be linked in the description if you want to check them out, if you want to look into them, see if there is something that you want to get for your bike. If you're a fan of the channel, you'll know where I'm headed over to the tree tunnel. At least that's what I call it. It's just a slightly curvy stretch of road. If you go through trees on both sides and they kind of hang over the road, it kind of forms a little tunnel. I don't know, like it's really short, but it's just one of my favorite parts to ride through in the city. It's a little restaurant that's like never open. It's got really weird hours. The way the light comes in, I mean, it's under trees, so it's not gonna get very much light anyways, but I figured it'd be best in the morning, so I was gonna record this yesterday. This is where it's kind of most dense right here. I don't know, it's like so simple, but I just really like it. All right, no one behind me, cool. So yeah, here it is. This is where I recorded the Jeep video. Kind of just bring the bike over here to the front of this sign. Alright, I gotta do the dance because I don't have a kickstand on here, so I gotta like hold it without burning myself. Get my little triangle out. Don't fall over. Okay, you go over there. She's in. Okay. Oh, she looks good. She looks real good. All right, let's switch to the other camera and jump into this. All right, so here it is. Again, it started as a 2015 Honda CRF450R, R being like the race version. They also make an X version, which is made more kind of for trails. This is like their all-out motocross bike. Yeah, I got an awesome deal on it, and I have a WR250X. I'm in the process of selling it right now, but I originally bought that 250X when I was commuting a lot. And now that I don't do that and I can handle the maintenance on this bike, I decided to go all out and build a 450 race bike Supermoto edition. I'll probably make a dedicated video that goes over like all of my different reasons for getting this bike specifically. But for today, we're just gonna go over the mods. So the first thing that I wanted to do is thank all the sponsors of this build, where they provided parts or gave me a good deal on some parts. Thank you to all of them. Like without their help, it would not have been possible to do this build to the level that I did it. But seriously guys, guys, check them out. I'll put links to all of their websites down in the description if you want to check out what they offer. Obviously, I'll be going over the parts they provided when I go over all the mods on the bike, but I just wanted to start out by thanking them because it's really allowed me to make this build incredible. And of course, without you guys to watch the videos, it wouldn't have been possible to get them on board. So thank you to you guys too. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start from the front and go back because I know I'll forget something if I don't do that. Actually, let's start with the handlebars, everything on the handlebars. Actually, I think I'm gonna move the bike out here a little bit so it's a little bit more in the light. All right, there we go, that's a little bit better. So yeah, let's start on the handlebars. So first, we've got the ram mount. I love my ram mount for mounting my phone on the bars. I use the U-bolt mount to a 1-inch arm, and then their X grip. I really like it. I know some people don't like the X grip. They think that it'll their phone's gonna fly out, or some people have had problems with these, but if you glue these on, I've never had an issue. I take my Supermoto off-road a lot. I've wrecked with this and my phone has literally never come out of this thing. Next we got here Trailtech's Vapor Kit. This basically gives you all the information about your bike. It gives you a tach, it gives you a speedometer, gives you temperature and everything like that. Not required to make your bike street legal, but I wanted to do this just for my own sake. Then over here we have the Pro Grip something grips. I don't know, they'll be linked. I really like them. I think they're super comfortable and they look pretty good. These are the Moose Racing handguards. These are the Moose Racing Pro Bend handguards protecting the Motomaster Supermoto race kit brake setup. So this is the whole thing. We got the new master cylinder, new lever. We've got the Motomaster brake rotor, and then their 4-piston caliper. I actually need a mount this up right here, but yeah, there's their 4-piston caliper, and this is an incredible setup. I absolutely love it. Right off the bat on the front, you'll see the Marchesini forged Supermoto wheels, and these I picked up from TAW Performance. They gave me a great deal on them, and they're, I think, the main distributor for Marchesini wheels in the US. So if you want to check out these wheels, that's definitely the place to do it. It of course doesn't come in red. I had these powder coated along with everything else on the bike, and I can just show that to you right now. This was powder coated by Enigma Coatings here in Austin, Texas. They're my go-to powder coating place. So thanks for the hookup there. They look awesome. What it is a silver base coat with a red clear coat on top of it. So it kind of gives that metallic red effect on there. Not the same as on my WR. My WR was just a chrome with the red, and this is a silver, and that kind of gives the sparkle effect on it. And all of the red parts that you see, aside from the little like engine plug bits, everything else is the same red powder coat by Enigma Coatings. They also did the frame and the swing arm. This is a Cadillac gray. It's another two-tone powder coat. Is it like a sparkle graphite kind of charcoal color? I think it looks really good. It goes together well with the red. But yeah, all the powder coating done. Of course, the handlebars as well. That's all done by Enigma Coatings. So continuing on the bars, going around, of course we got the grips, we got the hand guards. The main thing in the middle, we have the Cyclops Adventure Sports 630 LED bar. And what's really cool about this is they kind of make the whole setup for you. You can get it all put together. You can get the whole entire wiring harness that you need to get it working for your bike. And what they actually did for me was make a wiring harness that connects everything together, including the hydraulic brake switch that I have. And I'm kind of thinking this maybe wasn't the best place to do this, since we kind of have cars driving past here all the time, but we'll make do. So yeah, they made a wiring harness that connects all the way through, connects to a battery that also came with the Trailtech Stator kit to kind of give more power to anything that I run off of it. Comes with a battery, which is mounted inside the air box underneath the seat. And yeah, everything's connected together. The wiring harness comes back and connects to the tail light, which I'll go over in a second. It connects to the hydraulic brake switch on the rear brake pedal, so the brake light will go on. Just a really cool setup. Kind of takes all the guesswork out of making an LED bar mount for your dirt bike or your Supermoto or anything like that. And I love it. Super bright, super high quality. They make a nice little mount that you can see here. It's silver. Probably could powder coat it if I wanted to, but I didn't really think in advance there. But yeah, I really like it. They also make like a 3 LED version. This is the 6 version. Then coming over here to the left side, we have the Righteous Stunt clutch. Probably my favorite mod that you can put on your bike. Super easy pull. I love how it looks. Very well machined, great quality. Underneath that we have the Crg Hindsight Mirror. It's made as a bar end, but you can put it on your bars if you want to use it that way too. I don't really use it for mirror purposes. It's required, but I mainly have it on here just so I can check my GoPro to make sure it's recording. I think that's all for the bars, but so I don't forget this later on, all of the plastics are from a Acerbis, a Acerbis, however you want to say it. I think pretty sure the correct way to say it is Acerbis. But anyways, all the white plastics you see, those were an Acerbis plastics kit, including the front. This is the stock mold for the CRF450R. It's not cut like this. I custom cut this myself into a Supermoto trim just using a Dremel. Again, all of this, putting it together and everything like that, is in my build series. So if you want to check it out, how I actually did it. But I think it looks really good. Custom cut out of their fender. Moving back and down, I have the Moose Racing gas cap and also the vent cap. Down we have the Works Connection Radiator Guards, and behind those for the whole entire hose setup, that's from Moose Racing. The actual hoses are made by Samco, and they make really, really good hoses for bikes, for cars, for everything. But Moose Racing actually has the kit, so you can just order it for your specific bike, and you get the high quality Samco hoses in that kit. Moving back, we have the seat concepts. I believe this is the sport seat. Kind of similar to their comfort seat, but more slim. It's a lot more comfortable than stock. It looks really nice. It kind of has this carbon fiber kind of material here, and then this gripper top that's super grippy and comfortable. I know I keep saying comfortable, but yeah, I absolutely love those seats. If you're getting a new seat for your bike, that is definitely the one to get. Moving back, we'll kind of just go top to bottom. We have the tail light kit. This is the Acerbis X LED, and it comes with a license plate mount, and it's normally bolted in, but I have it epoxied in there because I didn't want to drill through this. I wanted to keep it clean, and it works really well. I think this is one of the cleanest mounts for a light and plate for your bike. I might eventually just mount the plate back here and either cut this short or just take it off and do a different like LED strip tail light underneath here. Haven't decided. While I'm looking at it, this is the FMF F4.1 single exit exhaust. FMF is actually one of the top brands for dirt bikes. So if you, I know a lot of people suggest you should get a Two Brothers, or you should get an Akrapovic or whatever. Like, FMF is kind of the top brand for dirt bikes. I don't even think those other two brands make exhausts. But this was on here when I bought the bike. I didn't swap it. Normally it comes with dual exit stock exhaust, but this is a lot lighter and a lot better performing than the stock exhaust. I might eventually go to a dual exit Yoshimura, but it costs a lot of money and it'd just be adding weight. So for now, that's staying on. And the header is the Powerbomb header, also by FMF, just to complete the whole entire system. Over here we have the Boysen clutch cover. Very nice, high quality. Got this nice wrinkled black on there. Also, their super cooler. This is their water pump kit, and it actually helps keep the bike a lot cooler, and it looks good too. It matches the clutch cover nicely, but more importantly, it just increases the performance of your bike by keeping it cooler and pumping more coolant through the system better. Hammerhead sent me out a lot of products for the bike. They got a lot of cool pieces. So we have their rear brake pedal. As you can see here, going back here, you can actually choose the color for this. And then all the different engine plug covers, things like that. You have that one there, and you have the case saver here, the oil filter cover here, this one here. This is their shift lever. Again, that red matches everything else. Looks good, works well. A little bit lighter. Here we have one of Moose Racing's foot pegs. I can't remember the exact version of this. I believe this is the hybrid, but I'm not positive. I think they make 2 or 3 different foot peg versions, but that'll be linked. These are a lot more smooth than stock. They're a lot nicer. I mean, I have these powder coated. They are powder coated the same Cadillac gray as the frame. But yeah, I just really, really like these foot pegs. Underneath here, we have the Moose Racing skid plate. Comes up and protects the side, so it's not just one of those center units, and it's super light. It's a plastic, but it's a super high quality plastic. Moving back, the sprockets are by Super Sprockets. The front one's just a standard steel. It's a 14 tooth. The rear is a 42 tooth, and that's their stealth sprocket. It's like the outside, so you can see this line here. I had it powder coated. It was black and gold, I think. But the outside is steel and the inner is aluminum. So it's lighter than a fully steel sprocket, but it's just as strong because it has the steel teeth. So really nice. The chain, I think it's a DID chain, but it's a narrow X-ring chain. And I got narrow because I wanted to kind of eliminate as much tire rub as possible with the chain, and it's working out pretty well. There's a little bit, and looks like I got a little grinding on the chain block, which I guess I'll go over now too. This is the chain block by Toxic Moto. You can check out their website, but it just prevents there from being a lot of slap back and forth of the chain, which helps reduce any tire rub that you possibly could have. Speaking of the tire rub, or the chain rub, whatever you want to call it, there is a very, very minor bit. Let's see if you can actually see that on there. You can kind of see the marks that it's making, but they're very few and far between. Not much chain rub at all, which a lot of times with supermotos you're gonna get just because you have a big tire where you're normally having a narrow dirt bike tire. You could do spacers and stuff, which I had originally planned to do, but it was so close that I just preferred to not deal with any spacers front or rear. I just literally have the chain block to prevent some of the chain slap, and that's it. You can see that there's actually a couple millimeters, maybe 1 or 2 millimeters in there between the chain and the tire, but there's still a tiny bit of rub when it's actually running. This, just to note, this is the Marchesini 5-inch wheel. So they make a 4.25 inch, but this is the 5-inch version. Got the Acerbis chain guides here, the lower, and then the one that goes around the swing arm. Moose Racing chain roller right there. Trying to think if I have anything else. You might have seen the TZR Racing suspension sticker there, and the one here as well. That was from the previous owner. I don't know what he exactly did with the suspension. I don't know if he has actual new TZR products in it, or if it was just tuned by TZR. I believe this unit right here is not stock. I'm not positive. I don't have a ton of suspension knowledge for the bike. Yeah, that was set up by the previous owner. I am gonna take it to a shop here in Austin and have it set up for Supermoto, get the suspension stiffened up and everything. I just haven't done that yet, so it may look like it sits a little bit low, which it does right now, but I'll be taking care of a lot of that soon. Oh, we got the Hammerhead axle blocks. I actually had to grind them down just slightly so that they fit into the powder coated slots right here for that, but those work really nicely. I think one of the main issues that I had when I built this bike was the bearings and knowing which areas to and to not powder coat. There are some spots where like the suspension connects to the frame or where the swing arm connects to the frame. There's just little areas where I probably should have had it taped off for powder coating, but I didn't. Made it work. It wasn't a problem in the end, but it was just a little bit of a difficulty. So if you're doing a powder coating on your bike, just make sure that you know what parts are gonna have moving parts connected together. Just make sure not to powder coat that. The other thing was the bearings. I tried to make my own bearing press tool, and that was a fail. I just prefer to have, you know, bearings. You require your wheels to turn properly and your swing arm to properly move. So I decided just to have a shop do it and press the bearings for that. But just be aware, because that's just an extra cost that you may not be thinking about if you're doing something like this or doing powder coating. You're gonna have to get the bearings taken out and pressed back into the swing arm and the wheels and all of that if you get stuff powder coated. So just letting you guys know so you're aware of it. I think that's primarily it. The tires are Bridgestone Battle Axe S21s. So I had the S20 on my WR250X and I loved it. So I went with the S21 for these. Look how fat that rear wheel is. Doesn't that look beefy? I freaking love it. Look at that. It's huge. Huge. I probably could go with the 150 and it looked just fine, but that is a 160/60. I'm pretty sure that's the lowest they offer for that tire, so that's why I went with it. I knew it would be relatively possible to fit, and it worked out. No engine mods, is just the stock setup for the engine on the 450. Oh, one thing that I did just remember, the triple clamps right here, upper, lower right there, that is the Applied Racing, I think it's RS triple clamps. Pretty nice. They were on there when I bought the bike, and I just had them powder coated the same Cadillac gray as all the other gray on the bike. And I really think that's it. I think that covers everything. If you have any questions, let me know down in the description. I'm gonna try to add all of that up and give you guys a kind of like relative price on what it would take to build the bike. Again, that doesn't include any sort of like installation or anything like that. Doesn't include how much it costs to get bearings taken out or pressed in. Doesn't include mounting the tires if you have someone do that. It only includes the parts themselves. Doesn't even include a cost for the powder coating, because that really depends shop to shop how much it's gonna be for you. If you wanna check out any of the parts listed down in the description, those are all listed there, so you can check them out if you want to put them on your bike, if you just want to see if it's something that you're interested in. Again, this is Motonosity. I make videos every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you check out the build series for this bike if you didn't see it, or if you just want to check back on one of the parts that you might have missed. And that'll be it, guys. See you in the next one.